Hey everybody, and welcome to another Army Showcase. The Army Showcase is where we look at different armies from different games. Now in this video, we're going to have a look at an army from Corvus Belli. This is for their game Infinity. This is the Haq Islam faction. Now this army is painted by SL. Long-time viewers will already recognize his painting style, especially the way he approaches colors and brings out all those small details. Now, SL tells me that this army was painted and built for a slow grow league that he was participating in. The army you see here is 200 points, but please note that this point total is not for the N5 version of the game. So it's more a snapshot from an earlier era of Infinity. Now, most of the miniatures here are also out of production. Some even have resculpts. So this is pretty much a retro look at the army. A nice blast from the past for collectors and older Infinity players. Now let's have a look at each miniature on its own. The first figure we're going to have a look at is the Muyib, or Those Who Respond. This fella is armed with a heavy rocket launcher. Now, as you can see, the camo patterns for the pants of this Muyib are done in a very subtle fashion. I mean, you don't immediately notice it until you bring it up close. A lot of the detail for the figure are picked out very nicely, and it really complements the sculpt. The next figure is also a Muyib. The Muyibs are demolition and explosive experts of the Assassin sect. This one is armed with the DEP. The DEP is basically the direct engagement projector. It's basically the Infinity equivalent of a Panzerfaust, a single-shot disposable anti-armor weapon. Now you often see it on heavy infantry or specialist units. And both of these Muyibs have that same camo thing happening that ties them together visually as from the same team. The next mini is from the Dire Foes pack, Defiant Truth. This is Leela Sharif, a hacker. Now, armed with a sharp marksman rifle, she's designed to deliver precise, high-impact shots that bypass or disrupt armor. It's a very dynamic pose and definitely one of my favorites. Then we have the Ghulam Lieutenant. The Ghulam infantry are the most numerous military force of Borak, armed with a rifle, light shotgun, and a close combat weapon. This is your bread and butter line troop, but SL's paint job gives it a nice amount of personality, if you ask me. The Lassics are specialists in death at extreme distances. The long arm of the Assassin sect. Patience, acute eyesight, and unbreakable faith are required to become a Lassic. This one is armed with viral ammunition, which it's pretty scary in Infinity. Fide, those who are willing to sacrifice, are pretty much the angels of destruction, the most fearsome among the Assassin. Their faith in their mission makes them willing to face certain death. Now, this figure excels in infiltration, objective grabbing, and assassination of enemy backline units. Armed with a boarding shotgun, this one is always a threat. Next is Avicenna, the Doctor. This miniature, like a lot in this video, is out of production and has a newer sculpt. The base craft on this miniature is done differently because she is a mercenary figure, so it's just something else, not part of the whole army per se. She's also part of SL's earlier paint jobs, so he did not do the 180-degree arc marker for the base. The NASMAT remotes are there to actually help Avicenna extend her coverage. This is the G-Servant remote, and it always looks cute running beside its doctor. But I also like this old design. It's got some character. Next up is the Farzan. Persian for wise man is pretty much the assassin master and instructor, and armed with a boarding shotgun. This is a solid midfield presence for your army. The next three miniatures are the Ghazi Mutawiyah. Pretty much the irregular infantry. The first one is armed with a jammer. I really like this pose for some reason. It's not the easiest thing to pose an infantry figure using a jammer nicely, but I think this one has a very casual-like pose. The next jammer is posed with a little bit more intent. I do prefer the first one, but they both have that chaotic Ghazi energy. The last Ghazi Mutawiyah is armed with a boarding shotgun, and it's got a very dynamic pose. The final figure is the high value target from the Dire Foes Mission Pack 5 Viral Outbreak. Notice that all the figures have 180-degree markers on their base. This is for the ease of gameplay. The base craft is consistent, which for me is something I really like in armies. There is a unified look and feel across the entire force. Now, painting armies for a slow grow league is a great way to get a group to play, paint and build their forces slowly while enjoying the process. This army looks great, the details are nicely picked out and very subtle. The use of lighter colors for the palette works surprisingly well. The subtle detailing like the eyes and the camo really helps this figure stand out. All in all, a pretty great army, and well done, SL. A really nice showcase. Now, if you like showcases like this, let me know in the comments, like and subscribe. And as always, don't forget to enjoy painting those figures.